Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie and today we're going to be doing some back journaling. Yes, I have been MIA for a little bit, but you know what? I just want to show you that no matter where you are in your journey when you're journaling, you can always do some backdating, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Today, I have here my currently journal. This is a journal where I use to put everything, record everything that I'm currently reading, journaling, currently listening to, everything that is happening in my life. So, in this notebook by Archer and Olive, I'm going to be doing some backdating from 2024. And you're gonna ask yourself, how is she gonna do this? Well, my friends, I have my dandy catch-all journal. This is a journal where I just do a lot of chicken scratch and I just put down everything that I'm doing and writing, and it's just a catch-all. This notebook is not fancy. It's just a regular B6 notebook. I'm going to put all the information down in the bottom so you can buy it if you want to. Go ahead, do you boo. So a currently journal. What is a currently journal? Here are some examples of some past pages that I got done, and it is basically me putting together what I was reading, what I was watching, what I was listening to, and anything that was happening in my life during that month. I love doing this type of projects. Is something that makes me happy, just to do a recount of that month, what was catching my attention, and just putting it on paper. If you know me, you know that I love to write. But sometimes life gets in the way and you don't get to write and sit down because life is moving way too fast. I'm trying to figure it out what happened last year that stopped me from doing this type of videos where I show you my process. But all I know is that life happens and sometimes you just need to pick up where you left off or do whatever you want. So in order to get all these pages together, of course, I'm going to do some pictures that I have put together and put in this little pencil case that I love. I bought them on Amazon and I was supposed to get like maybe 12 and I ended up getting like 100 of them. Okay, not really. That's an exaggeration. It wasn't 100. It was just way too many, and I'm just using them as storage for different little things like my pictures for the month. Okay, let's dive in because I'm talking a lot. So for every spread that I do every month, one thing that I try to do is to pick 3 to 4 colors that are the colors that I feel are for that month. And then I always do this thing where I do a border around my pages. I don't know why. I just like it. Sometimes it looks cute. Sometimes it looks like a 3-year-old got a hold of my pages and did it. But one thing that I keep emphasizing is that you need to trust the process. This is so therapeutic for me, and I just love to go into my craft room, sit down, get my container, my plastic container, and just fill it up with the things that I think I'm going to be using in this pages in the pages. Sometimes I end up using everything, sometimes I end up using just a few things, but it's just a time for me to sit down and put on paper the stuff that I was doing that month. And you're gonna say, okay, lady, you are crazy because that was a year ago. How are you gonna remember? You will be surprised what a picture does to memory. I was so happy to print out the pages, the book cover, I should say, of the books that I was reading. So this is my first page where I put the books that I was reading. I love a good romance novel. I have Amazon Kindle. No, I am not sponsored or anything like that. but it's easy for me. I have been tracking my reading and everything for the past, I would say, since 2017. I think it was the first time that I started with Amazon, with Kindle. And it's so easy. I just pay the subscription, and then I get the novels that I can read for free. And it's just, they have a limit of how many books you can take out, but I am so happy that I can just get to choose the novels that I like. Well, let me just say this. With Amazon Kindle, you don't always get the books that you like. They usually, some of the most well known are like you have to buy them and they're not available. But I just love it. I use this glossy sticker paper that I bought from, again, from Amazon, and I love because it doesn't make my notebook too bulky. I used to print them using my zip portable printer, that little one that was printing pictures that were 2.5 by 3 inches, I think it was. I don't know the dimensions. All I know is that it was making it very bulky. So I just like to print it in this sticker paper, and I just gonna randomly place the different book covers, and I like it. In the months ahead, you're gonna notice that this design that I did for, I think this was my um second year doing this same setup, where I had the calendar on one side and then the store, not the stories, but the covers in another page. I did this just because I was tracking if I was reading every day that during that month, or if I skipped a day, I wanted to record it. And I found myself that it was just stressing me out. One thing that I think I fell off the wagon was that when I was doing this type of thing where I was tracking every day, I did it for like 360 something days. It was like a year, more than a year actually. I had to look at that. And I was so excited. And then one day I know that I read because I was reading every day. And then my Amazon Kindle did not sync. And you know what happened, people? I got so mad that I decided, well, you did not record when I did read. Guess what? I'm not going to read. Take that, Amazon Kindle. I'm not going to read it. Anyways, then that is how I fell off the wagon. So once I am doing these pages, I go back and forth, just doing what feels right. I'm doing right now, setting up my 2 pages that I'm going to use for what I was currently reading. Not reading, what am I doing? What I'm currently watching. And these were the shows that caught my attention during the month of May 2024. Now, the series Bridgerton came out with season 3 with my girl Penelope's story, and let me tell you, I was so happy. Although I must say that the book is always better, so go find the book, go read it, because I think that the series did a great thing incorporating like the feel of that hype new feel for the series. But the books is just so much better, and I get to reread the series and the book, and then put the image of the actors with the characters in the book, and I really like it. And the next pages that I'm going to be setting up is the pages of what I was listening to, and also the pages of what was happening in my life in May. And one of the highlights in May is that my daughter turned 10 in last year. No more a baby. My baby boy, my firstborn, graduated from elementary, going into middle school. So last year was a lot of things that happened. And I think May was the month where all my worlds collided. My daughter's turning 10, and then my son graduating, and then the recital of my daughter's her dance recital. So everything collided. And then my daughter came up to me and said, "Mommy, I think I'm a Swiftie." And I want to tell you, we are a Puerto Rican family. We listen to a lot of music, music from all over the world. Like, I love music. Rhythms are my jam. And I never thought that my baby girl would be telling me that she loves Taylor Swift. So I have a Swiftie, guys. And what am I going to do? I'm just going to shake it off and dance with her and just put the song, the music all loud, just for her. So this first part of this video is where I'm blabbing about stuff that are happening, but also showing you the placing of the pictures. I think the pictures are the ones that help me go and do some back journaling, because like I said, a picture tells a million stories, and I'm just so happy that I get to share this and put this in my journal, in my pages. And later on in life, I hope that my children can look back at when she told me she was a Swiftie, for example, or I can go back and be like, oh my gosh, I was really into this type of music. So I took a little magic from the internet, and voila, it is the next day. And here you can see how I journal. I try my best to pace myself, to try to go into what I was feeling, what I was enjoying that month, and just to put it on paper. I'm not trying to do a recount of my day to day. It's just a recount of what I thought about these movies, this series, the books, the different things that happen. And here it is, my creation. Thank you so much for hanging with me, for listening to my blabber. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me for more content like this, where we just talk and create beautiful things. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. And remember, it is never too late to create something new, so start today. See ya. Bye.